Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about how it's just been confirmed that there's no more shares of AMC left. I also want to talk about how AMC is now a US stability risk. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, IEX has just said that there's no more AMC shares. I spent 25 minutes on the phone with a Fidelity rep who advised that IEX does not have any more shares of AMC. My orders were immediately cancelled, both market and limit orders, and she advised me that there are 1,000 callers in her call queue. Now in the past, we've only previously speculated that there were no more shares of AMC left to buy. Every now and then, buy orders of AMC would get rejected with no proper explanation. In the past, when people then called up their Fidelity reps and asked why they couldn't buy some AMC, the Fidelity rep kind of beat around the bush and didn't really answer the question properly, and basically just said to try again. But it seems like today, a Fidelity rep, Laurie, has just advised that there's no more shares of AMC left on the IEX. This is basically meaning that every single share of AMC is being bought and held, so basically the entire float is now locked up. Now this technically also includes synthetic shares as well, because market makers will create these synthetic shares for the short hedge funds to short and sell to us. We then buy these synthetic shorts and potentially sell them back to other people through the IEX, but it's now basically saying that there's not even any synthetic shorts available to purchase on the IEX. Now you might ask, well, why aren't these market makers just creating more synthetic shares and continuing to churn the barrel for more and more synthetic shares? Well, as I've showed you in the past from the data from StockGrid and from Ortex, it shows that these market makers aren't creating more and more synthetic shares. And that's why on Ortex, the average age of shares on loan is increasing instead of decreasing because there aren't any more new synthetic shares being created. And you can also see something similar in the dark pool as well. We can see that volume has been decreasing more and more and more as time has gone by. And actually over the last few weeks, most of the dark pool activity has been funds buying shares of AMC and not shorting them. However, over the last week, maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, it does look like more institutions are starting to build up their short positions on AMC once again. As you can see back in May, towards the end of May, on the 28th of May, the 1st of June, and also obviously the 2nd of June, those institutions were again obviously building their short positions as AMC was moving upwards. What this is basically saying is these institutions are now steadily starting to build short positions in AMC again as AMC is moving upwards and will continue to move upwards over the next week or two as the AMC price runs up. Now currently most people don't have a lot of confidence in the stock market. All of these institutions and market makers get all of these exemptions, there's a massive lack of reporting, and it basically seems like they don't even follow the normal rules and regulations. But when investing in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, Loopring and many others, it's much more of an even playing field. And that's why I personally use BlockFi to invest in cryptocurrency. Not only can you just buy some Bitcoin, but you can also earn interest on your deposits, also paid in Bitcoin. So not only can you buy some Bitcoin, but you can also earn even more and more and more Bitcoin as well. If you sign up to BlockFi using my link in the description below and deposit at least $100, you'll be given up to $250 in free Bitcoin just for signing up and depositing. BlockFi also offer a rewards credit card with an introductory rate of 3.5% cashback on your purchases, also paid in Bitcoin. So again, you can continue earning more and more and more Bitcoin. There's also no annual fee, but unfortunately the credit card's only available in the US and not in the UK at the moment. And also when you've generated a massive profit on your investment, instead of selling off your Bitcoin or your Shiba Inu and missing out on the next big run up, you can take out a crypto-backed loan. So you can still get cash to pay for necessities like buying a new car, a new house, or paying off some debt without selling your cryptocurrency. And now I also wanted to talk about meme stocks like GameStop and AMC posing risks to financial stability, says the Fed. Now this article was actually released during the investor conference call that AMC just held. Therefore, potentially this article may be swept under the rug a little. I think this is the Fed's perfect excuse for when AMC runs up and potentially causes a wider market crash or a wider market collapse. When AMC runs up and the market starts to crash, the Fed can turn around and say, well, we did warn you guys, we did say that meme stocks were a risk to financial stability and therefore we were always right. Stock market volatility resulting from a surge in first-time investors who congregate on social media could pose a risk to the US financial system. And that was said by the Federal Reserve in its biannual financial stability report released today on Monday. The Fed reported that so far, wild swings in the prices of popular meme stocks including GameStop and AMC have had a limited impact on financial stability so far. It is an area of the market that should be monitored because new, younger equity investors tend to have higher debt levels and often invest in options, two factors that could amplify losses in a downturn. Now, I thought this part here was absolutely incredible. The Fed suggested that financial institutions should calibrate for the potential increased volatility that the meme stock phenomenon could endanger, and that more frequent episodes of higher volatility may require further steps to ensure the resilience of the system. Basically saying that there is more potential increased volatility and more frequent episodes of higher volatility still to come. Basically saying that AMC and GameStop squeeze is not over and has absolutely not even started. Other vulnerabilities to the financial system outlined in the report include high valuations for stocks and real estate, which remain elevated relative to corporate earnings and rents. The Fed noted, however, that despite rising housing valuations, little evidence exists of deteriorating credit standards or highly leveraged investment activity in the housing market. I wonder if the Fed has ever heard of a company called Evergrande that has a deteriorating credit standard and is also highly leveraged. Although the Fed did also point to instability in the Chinese real estate market as a potential threat to global financial stability, giving the growing importance of Chinese growth to the world's economy. The report noted that business and local government debt in China is large and growing, and that a regulatory crackdown on the real estate sector has the potential to stress some highly indebted corporations. I wonder if the US Fed's report actually knew that China already introduced these regulatory crackdowns about 3 years ago with the 3 red lines. As amplified by the recent drama surrounding China's Evergrande group, stresses could propagate to the Chinese financial system through spillovers to financial firms, a sudden correction of real estate prices, or a reduction in investor risk appetite. Given the size of China's economy and its financial system, as well as its extensive trade linkages with the rest of the world, financial stresses in China could strain global financial markets, and that was written in a report by the US Federal Reserve. And I also wanted to cover some brilliant news for AMC. You may remember this tweet from Charles Payne, and he said, "Breaking news. Market Minute says AMC through $45 and it's to the moon." Well, I wonder what happened today. Not only did we break through $45 and also close over $45, but we also successfully broke out of the wedge and closed outside of the wedge as well. I am very excited to see the trading that's going to take place tomorrow, whether we will continue outside of this wedge moving upwards, or whether we could potentially gap down and return back into the wedge. After market hours, we did actually see AMC run up when they released the earnings, but then also get smashed straight back down, minus 4%, after the earnings were discussed. I'll be sure to let you know tomorrow morning how the pre-market is going and whether we are looking to open even higher out of this wedge. And now I also wanted to let you know why the current run-up will be stronger than the June run-up. As we inevitably head for our next price jump, remember to keep in mind the following. This time there won't be a wonder selling out their huge positions. There also won't be any at-the-market share offerings from Adam Aaron or AMC. This time our price action will not be tethered to the earth. I do not think it will be mother of all short squeezes though, just a regular cycle playing out due to diamond handing. I think the third cycle is predicted to take us somewhere around $150 to $250. If we can close around $150 and hold over $150 consecutively for a few days, I think that will start the mother of all short squeezes, as shorts will be forced to cover as they will be liquidated. And for those of you that have not heard, Adam Aaron will be exploring the potential of a tokenized security and NFT, also working with the movie industry to make some custom NFTs. I think that's brilliant, as Adam Aaron has announced and now confirmed that he does want to issue tokenized securities and NFTs. And as Trey so rightly put, AMC is exploring the potential business venture of NFTs with third parties. I wonder what kind of third parties that might be. maybe loot print as well. Although somebody replied to this post about AMC exploring the possibility of creating its own cryptocurrency, and he said if this is Mark kohrs' work, watch out for T0 and overstock. And Mark kohrs says no, my work is far more significant than even that. So clearly Mark kohrs has an absolute master plan of how to introduce AMC to the NFT space that will cause the shorts to cover. Some more brilliant news this time from Andrew Mo. Our CEO man confirmed he's working on accepting Shiba Inu at AMC. This is not only brilliant news for AMC, but also brilliant news for Shiba Inu and if you hold Shiba Inu as well. And finally, I also wanted to discuss some new ads to the 13Fs that have just been released. Here we've got a bank in Toronto buying 70,000 shares of AMC at around $2.697 million. We've also got the Florida retirement system adding an additional 62,000 shares to their already fairly large position, valued at around $8 million as well. We've also got the Swiss National Bank adding a whopping 1.1 million shares, bringing their total to 1.9 million shares, valued around $75 million. And not only that, but you've also got IMC Chicago massively trimming its put position by 2.6 million put options. Yes, they did trim their call options by 800,000, but they trimmed their put options by more, basically thinking that AMC is not going down any further, and therefore let's sell off our put positions, take our profits, and slightly reduce our call position, but not by too much, because we do think AMC is going up again. All of this together is massively bullish, as we have all of these banks and retirement systems all jumping into AMC and buying even more shares. Guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about there being no more shares left to buy and AMC and meme stocks being a financial stability risk. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to sign up to BlockFi using my link in the description below and deposit at least $100 to get up to $250 of free Bitcoin. And as always guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.